people have never heard of Kaishan. On the first day of the new year, we began to pick tea. I was supposed to pick a date. Because of the traditional Zenshan black tea, the manufacturing process requires a relatively mature leaf surface. Buds should be picked with a small opening. Farmers want to see tea hill ahead of time, and the tea tree must be picked at a time, and a clear day. The order is now received by each tea farmer. When someone bought tea grain, the buds are popular in the market now. Because the buds contain amino acids, it can be picked as long as it has buds. Today is March 23rd. Master Fu, according to the time of receiving the order, start of the year. It was only 7 degrees in the morning of mid-March. The highest temperature of the day is 25 degrees. This is a big temperature difference. Such a microclimate is also a contributing factor. One of the reasons for the high quality of tea, the whole family got up at 5:30 a.m. Breakfast at 6:30 and departure at 7. It was contracted by his father, Lapsang picking tea. It's a beautiful day. It is beautiful to see our village along the road. Here is a Mosu bamboo grove. This tea mountain has invited 5 people to pick tea today. It's for little Xiao Chi Gan. The foot of the mountain here is more than 700 meters above sea level. To the top of the mountain, nearly 900 meters above sea level. Longshan is more than 1,000 meters above sea level. This tea garden is more than 800 meters above sea level. The farmers needed to walk from Lijiatang to this tea mountain. They walked up the steep hill for half an hour. Lijiatang is more than 700 meters above sea level. They'll be climbing for half an hour. It is over 100 meters high. Everyone was out of breath as they walked. The slope is a little steep. You're not used to this kind of road. It's like a ladder. This mountain road has existed for a long time. It's impossible to date it. Every year, Fu's master will take care of some road section, carry out repairs, especially this section of yellow mud near the tea garden. Some boards need to be nailed up to prevent slipping. Look at the woods along the way. My tea mountain is in this forest. Master Fu invited 5 tea farmers today because of the busy tea season. There are not enough tea farmers in the village. Master Fu is from nearby Shaowu County. Bring them in. They usually farm at home. Tea season into the mountains to help pick tea. They were tea growers used by Fu for many years. Master Fu provided them with food and shelter. They will work here for 40 to 50 days. Then farmers finally arrived at the tea house. It's all ours. You'll pick one today. Your stuff is in this cabin. The tea garden arrives at 7:30. The tea farmers first laid out their lunch in a log cabin next to the tea plantation. The cabin has been built for 5 or 6 years. A fine sky can provide shade. Rain is a shelter from the rain. You can have lunch here at noon. This is their lunch box. We use this lunch box at noon. Back to the mountains. This is a food packer. Here's the food. Here's the rice. There is a kettle here. The kettle is full of boiling water. You can drink water. This log cabin was used by Master Fu 5 years ago. Next to this dense forest of fir trees, bound in by the branches of a tree. A small fir that is not long, built with local material, is used to place tools for tea farmers to rest. For dinner, the cabin was built here. Because there's a spring running through here, if you are thirsty, you can drink here. This high mountain tea garden can be used to pick little Xiaochigan every year. 156 cabbies. The quality of this piece is excellent. There are 4 of them in my family. This tea garden has the highest elevation. This tea mountain is more than 30 mu in all. There are 4 brothers in the Fu family, each sharing a piece. Fu Huabiao is the eldest in the family. 7 or 8 acres of tea were allotted in the middle. This tea garden is mainly used for picking small Xiaochigan. 400 to 500 jin of green tea can be picked each year, made into more than 100 jins of small Xiaochigan. Because the tea mountain in the reserve is under original ecological management, so the output is not high. This is Alpine Tea Garden. It is our family to make high quality ecological tea. This tea mountain is for ecological management. Look at all these weeds, some biotic with the tea plant, and some flowers and plants. This one grows in the tea field. We call it Qingming grass here. It can be used to make fruit. There are many herbs in the tea field. This is all Chinese herbal medicine. It's sunny today. It's the best way to pick tea. Although it's 7 in the morning, as soon as the sun comes out, there will no longer be mist in mountains. It's very different from the climate of the city. Fog only happens when the sky changes. The temperature is about 6 degrees in the morning. The highest temperature during the day is 22 degrees. Large temperature difference. The contents of the tea will be more abundant. This is the characteristic of the microclimate of the reserve. Plus, there's plenty of rain. So as to breed tea of good quality, the sun is really good today. It's sunny. Tea picked on a sunny day. It's better to be good. It smells good. The weather is really good for picking tea leaves. You should be in the sun. It's hot. Sunshine's better than rain. Better with the hat on. Better with the hat on. You see, this tea is very good. There may be a good harvest this year. The tea is growing very well this year. Last winter, there was a time when it was fine, frost later. The frost was followed by fewer pests. There has been plenty of rain this year. There is not much sunshine. Rainy or musty or overcast days are common. The little Xiaochigan picked today because this year's order is 2 or 3 days behind schedule. Orders were placed on March 20th the previous years. The tea mountain here has grown 2 leaves and a bud. 20 days after the tea has been picked, the bud grows back. Bud is able to do jinzhume, but Master Fu won't use them to make jinzhume. Dig a hole first. We'll do some videos later. Introducing kimzhume. This is the raw material for making little Xiaochigan. This is to pick 2 leaves and 1 bud. The 2 leaves and 1 bud. You can't do it if you're rich. Just take this. 2 leaves and a bud. Use your thumb and forefinger when picking tea. Pinch the lower end of the second leaf. The leaves were picked by lifting them up. Never touch them directly with your fingernails. Because the fingernails are touching directly, the tea leaves picked will have wounded. Its mouth will turn black. In that wither time, the water moves unevenly. The water won't go out. Tea leaves will have a astringent taste. That's all you got today? Just a little. There could be so much more. It's a couple of kilos. This was picked by 2 people. 16 caddies is very good. She's been picking for years, and she's really good. The price for plucking small Xiaochigan tea is usually 10 yuan a caddy. Because the tea leaves in this tea mountain are smaller, so Fu Shifu paid the tea farmer 12 yuan per caddy. The tea maker looked at the growth of the tea leaves in those days. If the growth is not good, small leaves to be processed. If Lu's climate is hot, tea grows faster and bigger. It's 10 bucks a caddy. The first tea you sold for $1. The price of picking tea is 70 cents. The tea maker only has 30 cents. From this perspective, picking tea is a very important part. 2007. There's been a big shift in the black tea market. Wuyi Mountain Protection Area and Alto Village have cooperation. Fu Shifu was secretary of Alto Village Committee at that time. The Black Tea Research Institute was founded. The price of tea increased several times that year. That year, the price of tea picking was also raised. The price of tea is about 5 or 6 yuan. Until 2015, the price of a caddy of tea picking was raised to 10 yuan per caddy. Until now, jinzhume was also developed and produced in those 2 years. 2008, the price of gold mining tea is 100 yuan per caddy. Picking a small Xiaochigan and jinzhume labor price, it's natural. 5 tea farmers picked it that night. 1 jin of tea. There are 2 sisters put together. Picked 5 caddies. Some of them took 9 jin. Tea leaves begin to wither here. It will take more than 8 hours. Put the tea grain in the wilting through that night. Wither away the water. Withering is also called running water. It's the low temperature and the hot wind. Blow in the tea leaves, 60 to 70% of the water. The whole process takes about 8 to 9 hours. In the meantime, 2 or 3 hours, turn the leaves by hand. When the hand touches the tea grain, you'll know how much water has gone out of the tea. At the same time, can also turn the tea evenly. Master Fu needs to get up several times in the middle of the night to stir the tea leaves. The whole equipment of the wilting throw, about 10,000 yuan is needed. Fu Shifu, this wilting throw was specially made at home. About 3 or 4,000 yuan. The whole equipment is divided into several groups with electric furnace wire, plus an exhaust fan. Next step process is the withered tea leaves on the kneader knead. According to the thickness of the tea, knead for 20 to 40 minutes. The purpose of kneading is to reduce the area of tea leaves into strips, shape the appearance of the beauty. Kneading destroys the cellular structure of the leaves, making it easier for the contents of the leaf to penetrate the surface. When drinking tea, it is easy for the tea juice to enter the tea soup. Rolling black tea isn't just about styling and destroying leaf cells. Promote further changes in the contents. The most important objective is to create conditions for fermentation. A kneading machine is about 8,000 yuan, 35, 45, and 55. The government buys tea making equipment for tea growers. About 20% will be covered. You can use this big kneader today. Now it's empty in here. It's full now. Start rolling. The rolling is starting. Now bring it out. Proceed to unblock. Well, it's very nice. Now get it out. Knead it, and it's like this, a shape like this, in a group, bar by bar. Now take it to the cracker and disband it. It was with this machine that he was disbanded. The tea leaves that have been kneaded are piece by piece. It needs to be put in the unblocking machine. To break the caked tea leaves into strips, it will take about 10 minutes. An unblocking machine costs about 2,000 yuan. Unblocking complete. There's a drawer under the unblocking machines. Tea leaves that have been unpacked are taken out of the drawer. Now turn. The unpacked leaves are put in the bamboo basket. Fermentation. And shake it off. We're finished with the basket. Now put it here to ferment. Cover a piece of cloth. One is moisturizing. One is insulation. Put the tea in the basket. Allow the tea to ferment for 8 to 10 hours. Because the bamboo basket has no taste and is dafty, sprinkle the fermented tea evenly on the iron sieve. Then put it in the dryer to dry. The tea leaves that fill the dryer will probably need 4 hours of baking. The sides of the iron sieve are made of bamboo. In the middle is barbed wire. The dryer is large and small. A small dryer can hold 12 iron streams. The large one can hold 16 iron streams. The dryer will cost about 5,000 yuan. It's almost time. Yes, it's dry. Dried tea leaves. Open the door of the dryer. Let the tea cool naturally. Pour it in the bamboo basket to cool down. This process takes about 3 hours. It's all baked. This is the latest tea produced in 2011. First cup of tea out this year. After a day of picking 5 people, more than 70 gins of tea made out of so many. This tea is alright today. It seems to be of good quality. It's beautiful. It smells good too. There are also some impurities. It may take a long time to select the material. Put it in this bag and keep it safe. It will take a month or half a month, and then break it down. Pick up all the dirt before it goes on the market. Finally, pour the tea into the edible plastic bag. Wrap it up. Let the tea ferment itself. This stage is the process of matcha making. A day's work. Let's see how many. More than 14 pounds. More than 70 gin of tea. Spent almost 5 gin more tea cream. Make a kilo of tea. Not bad. What's still missing from the finished tea? Native bamboo forest tea. On the way to my tea hill, a bamboo shoot was found. Unearthed bamboo shoots. You need to run water inside the tomb, sweeping. Look at this plant, it's very nice. This is the old tree tea in our family. Today picked a day of Yinjume. No more untold life for tea farmers. Don't miss the next video.